Greta, you've written some movies before, but this is your directorial debut. Why was it important that you direct this one?
Well, I'd been wanting to direct for a very long time. I'd always wanted to be a writer-director, and I sort of used all the time that I'd been acting and co-writing and producing and doing other things to just kind of used it as my film school. And then when I finished the draft for this movie, I looked at it and I thought, this is, if I don't do it on this one, I'm never going to do it. Like, this is the one. But I'm so glad that I did. Yeah. Sorry, just gonna cut myself off there.
You did really well.
That's what I did.
This is sort of autobiographical off of Greta's growing up and her family and so forth. When she told you that and you read the script, did that intimidate you more or excite you more?
Well, I don't, this is probably a question more for Greta. I don't know if it's necessarily autobiographical. I think as you've said, the emotional truth is one that's quite authentic and very much kind of comes from Greta and your love for Sacramento and all of that, but I don't know, I feel like that's more a question for you.
Well, the character of Lady Bird is like really an I wasn't like Lady Bird, and neither was Saoirse.
No.
So like it was a character on the page that then she invented, she made her exist, and so it really feels like this combination of like we gave birth to this girl.
It does sort of feel that way. Because I have to say, when I came into it, I thought, oh, it's such a strong character already on the page. Like, everything was there. And then I felt like even by the time we started shooting, she was still being developed, which I think is the way actually for a lot of characters, and especially when there's so many complexities to them. It's something that you're sort of like discovering from one scene to the next, you know?
That's right. I mean, I don't do any improvisation. I mean, and I like the lines to be the lines, but in terms of who the character is and kind of figuring out all these little details, it just, you put down layers and you build them, and Saoirse was so open to like, this like bright red hair and the kind of things we wanted her to wear. And then I feel like she and Beanie, who played her best friend Julie, they decided they had the same nail polish color the whole movie, this sort of purple.
It was per chance.
The first time.
We had exactly the same nail polish color. So there were little things like that we kind of discovered.
Adding.
Yeah.
The parents, Laurie Metcalf, Tracy Letts.
Yes,
what did they bring to these roles?
Oh my God. Well, I mean, Laurie and Tracy are like, I've seen Laurie and Tracy on stage, and also seen Tracy's plays that he's written, which are just, he's like my favorite playwright. And both of them, I think I had cast Tracy first, and then when Laurie's name came up, she's just a genius. She's a genius. And another thing that I really loved about it is they've actually known each other for 30 years because they both are Midwesterners, which I also really liked, and they work at the Steppenwolf Theater Company. And so they have this kind of friendship for so long, which it gives it a kind of intimacy that just, I think you can really feel that they know each other. And also just, they're just so great.
How are they opposite you?
Again, I became really, really close with both of them. And strangely, actually, all of the relationships that I had with everyone sort of mirrored Lady Bird's relationship. It was interesting. Like, I felt like Tracy was my pal on set, and we'd just like sit on the couch in the house and have a chat over lunch or whatever. And Laurie, even when we saw her yesterday, I felt this like, I don't know, this calm whenever I was around her. She's what you see is what you get with Laurie, which I really like. And again, just as actors, they're so brilliant and very, very giving and open. So,
since it was Sacramento in a time frame when you grew up, was there a moment on set where you just looked around and it was like a recreation of something in your mind?
Oh my! Well, it all. When we were in Sacramento and everyone was there, and there were a few moments that were just kind of incredible and crazy. Like it was like being in this rose garden that I had all these memories in, and we were shooting Lucas and Saoirse together running around, and my heart was exploding. And it was also in Sacramento. People kept coming by the set who I've known my whole life, and people would like drive by and they'd be like, "Is that Greta Gerwig? Say hi to your mom for me." And and your brother, I need to drop something by. and it's just, it's a mid-sized city, but it really has like the heart of a small town, and it's just really beautiful.
We're an awards website. I got to ask you both a couple of awards questions. You could have your third Oscar nomination at probably the youngest age of anybody to get a third. What was the difference for you? We were so young on the first, and then go into that second one a couple of years ago. How did that feel different the second time?
Oh gosh, it was completely different. I mean, when it happened the first time, I was 12 and had only ever seen the Oscars on TV, and always sat down religiously every year to watch it. I was always very excited to watch it. So for me to go, it sort of felt quite surreal because it was a TV show, you know. And then the next day I went back to New Zealand to finish off a job where I'm playing a dead girl most of the time. So it was like a very weird thing. But a couple of years ago, it was incredibly emotional because of the film that I was there for with Brooklyn, and we really felt like we were, you know, representing Ireland and everyone at home. So it had so much weight to it, I think. And I was also involved in, you know, the lead up to that ceremony and stuff, and you get to know people, and like we've bumped into so many friends already because, you know, you all go to the same events and do the same Q&As and things like that. So it's actually quite nice. It does kind of become quite communal.
You've been nominated at the Globes, Spirit Awards.
Yes.
But you've been an Academy member yourself, I think, in the writing branch.
Well, yeah. Well, I'm. Just last year I was invited to join, and it was so moving. I got the thing with the thing, all the packet, and I was just, I don't know. I the same thing. Yeah, and I'd been watching. I've still only watched it on TV, but I watch every year, and I put on a dress and I have an Oscar party. And when I was a teenager, I would serve sparkling apple cider.
Classy.
And but now I have champagne. But yeah, no, it's great. It's exciting. I feel like if you were any kind of kid who loved movies, it was, you know, it's a thing to look forward to.
Well, this is a wonderful movie. Thank you so much.
Thank you.